once you broach that subject, it's
Mhm.
immediately shut down
Yeah.
because I'm also, the type of man that I understand what I have at home. I
Mm.
understand that what I don't want to lose, and that I'm not going to allow 20, 30 minutes to affect
You're
my
giving
entire
her
life.
30 minutes. You're giving her 30 minutes.
Really? That's what we doing.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life After I Do. I'm your host, Nisha G, and I'm here with my husband.
Bop, bop, bop,
Do I
doo,
do
wop.
I about
Jolito.
you? Doing good for you. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me. I'm like getting over a little cold or
Yeah,
something,
you
but
getting over something.
hi
Just
babe.
what's up, sexy?
How's it going? Get his sex. Oh
No,
my
no,
gosh.
we're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
No. How's it going, boo?
It's going good. How are you?
Booscaronis.
Buscaronis.
I'm refreshed.
Oh, that's good.
You
You've
know,
been on vacation for a week, so I
uh,
went.
I'm coming off vacation. Actually,
Well, yeah,
I'm back at the
yeah,
grind now.
yeah.
By the time they hear this, I'm
But
back at the ground.
you had,
I'm refreshed. I have energy. I'm not tired.
you were actually trying to like
Get less
find
sleep.
things to
Yeah, I got
do
bored.
on vacation. He got
I got
bored
bored towards
because
the end.
it was a staycation. We didn't go anywhere or anything
Yeah, because
because the kid is not out of school.
no, we're not going nowhere
So,
because of what we doing for the kid.
well, that too,
She's soaking up all the resources.
but also because she's in school. So, but
Next,
yeah,
but next
you
year,
had a
I'm
good
taking a guy's
staycation.
trip
More power to you. High
by
five.
myself.
Okay, now you just being a copycat. Now you just being a copycat.
I want
Now
to.
he's just being a copycat because I literally just told him the other day,
What you tell me?
when I told you that I'm gonna
Show enough.
go away by myself.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
yeah,
act like you wasn't but hurt because the look in your face was like, we
yeah.
need time apart together. We do need time apart
And that's
together.
exactly why I said I'm gonna take a guy's
We
trip by
do need
myself.
time apart together, but I also need time apart.
See, you don't want a part. You don't need time apart from me. You want time apart away from your mom duty. But I took it personal when you said that, and I was like,
No,
okay.
I don't mean you to. I mean, I don't want you to take it personal because it wasn't like a personal attack
Oh, it
on
was
you.
personal.
I'm just saying that I need some
No,
space
guys,
for
listen,
myself
listen, guys.
for like 48 hours. I
She
just need to go to the hotel room for like 48 hours
it
and
just
just be by myself and just like, you
so
know?
I can get you a hotel room up here for 48 hours. I'll drop you
I
off.
mean, I wanted to go to one of those retreats that I had
I'll
showed you,
I'll drop you off.
but
I'll drop you off. A 24-piece wings from Smoking Fire every day.
goodbye. I do not need a 24-piece wing from Smoke and Fire.
Okay, I
It's
know how
not.
much.
I
I
don't want to sit in the room and just eat.
I know how much you love them wings. You
I
know.
do really like Smoke and Fire wings, and I wasn't even thinking about it. But
Now you want them, don't you? Because I know you.
actually, I
But
could go
guy,
for the Louisiana Purchase
we're
wings.
not driving down there. Guys, she literally stomped past me. I am going somewhere by myself.
I'm going somewhere by
By
myself.
myself.
I found some. Okay, I did find some
and
of those.
hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
And I was sitting in this exact spot, and I was like, "What the fuck did I do?
It's not
I
about.
didn't even do nothing."
Not about you.
And the
I
whole
need
thing
to
is,
reconnect with
I
myself.
had literally told her like the day before. I was like, "Man, I wish we could do something together," because I was
And I agreed.
reminiscing about the last Saturday when Phoenix was with Granny and we were just
Yeah.
by ourselves. I was like, man, we
Yeah.
need more time like that. And so that had literally had just told her that, like,
And I agreed.
and then she was like, I'm going somewhere by myself. I
No,
said, well, okay.
that's not. No, you're trying to make it seem like all that happened in the same.
No,
like,
it happened like in a 12-hour window.
yeah,
It was
but
fresh.
we have talked about like at least going back to doing our little weekend getaways. Like
Mm,
we would do little weekend getaways just so that we can
mm.
reconnect. And we definitely need to do that. But I also definitely just need to reconnect with myself.
Is that
Like
right?
there's some things that I need to just like work out
Is that right?
for me and recharge and
All
refill
right.
my cup so that I can be better for y'all.
Okay.
I
Well,
just feel like I've been feeling like y'all been getting kind of like subpar
And I'm
kinesha
happy
for a little
I'm
bit.
happy you stated that
You
because
know,
on your
okay, see,
performance review
this was not an opportunity for you to try to, like,
because on your performance
bearing me
review
down and, like,
on your performance review, there was a
no.
couple areas that I was gonna mark needs, improvement and satisfactory. Now, don't get me wrong, you have a lot of outstandings, but, there's some S's in there, on your report card.
Oh my
There's
god,
some
and this is why I need time to myself. This is why I need to, like, reconnect with
you can't
kinesha.
even sleep without me rubbing your booty.
That is not true.
You so used to falling asleep with me rubbing your butt.
I mean, it is nice. My mom thinks it's ridiculous. It was so funny because when Tierra was here, on the couch and I was, like, patting her butt to go to sleep, and I was looking at my mom, and my mom was shaking her head, and I was like, "Everyone likes their butt rubbed, mom." Like,
She do too.
it puts people to sleep. I was like, "The baby likes to get her butt pat."
Next time your mom stay here, you should pat her booty to
I
sleep.
am not gonna pat my mom's butt to sleep, you silly. I'm not gonna pat her butt to sleep.
I have a couple single I have a couple single coworkers that's your mom's age.
I'm also not about to play matchmaker for my mom.
I mean,
I'm
if
not
sh
gonna do that.
right. She don't need nobody because then she can't watch Phoenix. You right.
We don't need her having a life. Hi, mom. I know you listen. We just want to make sure that you're free for all the time that you love spending with
She
your
need to find
granddaughter.
somebody organically
Uh-huh. Like at a park.
or bingo.
She doesn't
She need
bingo.
to go. Your mom old enough to bingo.
I think she would probably really like bingo. I don't think she's like
Look,
ready to get into those type of like retirement activities though.
she needs bingo and water aerobics. She's at that age.
No, she does like water
What?
aerobics.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I don't know. I think you brought it up.
Oh,
You said
we're
something
talking about your
about
report card.
matchmaking.
We're talking about your
Yeah.
report card. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say our report card
Oh,
because you get a report card too. You know.
I talked to my teacher. She says I'm doing a great job.
Does
She's
she? Because you're not her favorite person. So
I'm
that I really
she said
find that hard to believe.
I know it.
You're her favorite person, but you're not her favorite person like this week.
She said that I'm a great daddy
Uh-huh.
as long as I'm happy daddy.
No, everybody is great as long as they're giving her what she wants. When she gets what she wants, she's always like, I mean, and not to
She's the
toot my own
best.
horn, not to toot my own horn,
Go ahead.
with the exception of me.
And
Like,
that's the only O you had on your report card. That is the
like even
only
once I discipline her or something, like it's like she still comes to a realization, and then she'll be like, "Okay, like listen, I messed up. I'm aware, but you and
it's
we're
cool
still
though because
here."
I
And I'll be like, "Yes,
understand.
baby, we are
I
still
I'm
here."
letting you have this moment
Hmm.
because she's turning 7 this year,
Oh, don't remind me.
which means you only have 5 more years until she's done with you. Because once she's a teenager, it's daddy's gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the go-to. It's gonna be
You think
dad.
so?
Yeah, it's gonna be dad. Mom tripping. I'm like, she tripping because she tripping with me
Only
too.
because she'll probably like want money or something.
It's fine.
You'll take it however
It's
you're gonna
fine.
take whatever droplet of love she'll give you.
I get it from you anyway.
Goodbye.
I get it from you.
Goodbye.
You only call me when you want something.
That is not true, Maurice.
When you call how often do you call me?
What do you mean? How often I see you and talk to you every day,
But
babe? What are you talking about?
when you call me, it's because you want something.
When I call you, it's either to talk to you about something or to see how you're doing, to see how your day is going, so that you can give me the same lame
Like I said last
excuse.
like I said last week, you only call me to Oreo me.
I'm not gonna call you about nothing else.
It's fine.
I'm just not gonna call you.
Because I call you.
And then you gonna complain. You never like you always. You never
You
call
don't call
me.
me.
You just sit
You don't call me to see how I'm doing. You call me to
that.
Oreo me.
I don't call you to see how you doing.
Yeah, how you doing, babe? That's part of your Oreo. And then here comes the cream, the questions and the wants, and then the
I have never seen a man who gets annoyed that his woman comes to him for things.
oh, it ain't annoying.
I've never seen
I'm
that.
not annoyed about it. It's
Yeah,
like
you
I
are.
don't know
You
because
complain about it. You complain
I
about it.
just it's the
You set
frequency in
you
which
set
you
things up the way you think you want them, and then when things are set up that way, you complain about
it's
them.
the frequency in which you need
The
things.
The frequency, like what?
Like every
Like
day,
groceries,
no,
like stuff for the
every
house,
day you need
stuff for
something.
your kid.
Every day,
For me,
every day y'all need something. It's ridiculous.
yeah, things to survive.
Y'all have food here. I don't care if they don't go together. You better eat a peanut butter and
Reese,
honey sandwich.
Reese, you sound ridiculous half the time, and I don't think you understand
I'm just
how
saying. I'm just
ridiculous
talking
you
crap.
sound
I'm just
half the
talking crap.
time.
I'm just talking crap right now.
Are
What
you?
we got today, babe?
I don't know. What do we have today,
You
babe?
tell me, baby.
Well, we're gonna discuss this video that you sent me,
Oh, okay.
and I want to, I guess, dig deeper into
I want to know
where.
your take of this video.
Okay, I mean that's fine. Let's see. Let's play the video.
If you can you
Let me see.
is it from the top?
They are, how Muslim they are,
Let me
how Hebrew.
see.
Everybody. I don't care how Christian they are, how Muslim they are, how Hebrew they are. They will share a married man. Yeah. And one of the contradictions that black women have to deal with, who claim that they are not for polygyny. Yeah. If you are not for polygyny, why is it we can often find single black women being the mistress to a married black man? If you are against plural marriage, how did you manage to end up as his mistress and he's married? So do you know what you're telling me? You're not against polygyny. You're against being accountable for it. You don't want nobody to know you are a co-wife. You see that? As long as it stays under the cover. Dr. Umar. I don't care.
Going too deep, Dr. Umar.
So you wanted to get my thoughts about
Damn, let me say
polygamy?
no about this. Well, about polygamy and
About what?
chlamydia, whatever. I'm not
Because I know he's throwing you off the way
right.
he says it,
And
huh?
then about his take. Do you think that's true? Give me your you. First of all, tell me. Do you think what he said is true? That that he because he was talking about black women,
Uh huh.
regardless of what the religion they are, don't have a problem with it. They just don't want to accept accountability for it. Basically saying that some women are comfortable playing side piece to a married man as long as they don't have to claim that they're actually in a. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if she a side piece, the wife probably don't know about it.
Right, but
So
okay. So I get what he's trying to say.
go ahead, enlighten
He's
us.
he's I get this is from what I'm taking away from it. He's trying to say that a single black woman doesn't have a problem with polygamy. He says polygamy. I've never heard it pronounced that way, but I'm gonna say polygamy because that's what I'm used to. Polygamy, as long as she doesn't have to be accountable for it, as
In a
long as she
in a
doesn't
public
have to,
eye.
right, as long as she doesn't have to admit that she's a co-wife.
Mhm.
Um, First of all, the women who single women in general, whether you black or other, that go after married men or date married men,
Mhm.
I have all different types of opinions about those
Well,
type of
this
women.
this is your platform to say that.
Um, uh,
This is your platform to say
I
that.
mean, I don't, I
No,
don't, I don't judge
we
people.
don't know.
They're just probably my less likely cup of tea. But
Earl Grey?
I can understand what he's saying,
Okay.
looking at it through that scope, because he's basically saying you're already playing polygamy because you are dating somebody who is married and you essentially are almost like a co-wife without coming out and saying this is the lifestyle that you're choosing.
Mhm.
But I don't think that's what the single person who is dating a married man is thinking, right? Like, I don't think if the married man who has the mistress
Mhm.
comes to his mistress and says, "Hey, would you mind joining in on the marriage I've already established?" Nor do I think that if he went to his wife and asked his wife, "What do you think about us adding a second wife?"
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
What do
Otherwise,
you think about what do you
there
think
would be
about
no reason for him to sit out there and lie. Also, I've heard the argument where some women also have said, um, let it be their choice.
whose choice?
Like their choice. Like, don't lie and say that
Okay.
you know what I
Oh,
mean? But if you give me a choice,
take the
yeah,
Chico
like
approach.
if you give me a choice, you don't know what my decision will be. Like if you
Mhm.
give me the choice to be a co-wife or to be a co-girlfriend, like at least I know what I'm getting myself into as
Mhm.
opposed to being a side piece.
Okay, but do you agree with him when he says that they just don't want to take accountability for it? That most are willing to do that, that they just don't want to take accountability. Now, I mean, I would say that since women vastly outnumber men, I mean, it could that could be a possible thing, especially when the majority of women are probably seeking the same caliber of men.
So I don't think it's something where the woman just doesn't want to take accountability. I think it's also something where there's not a conversation that's being had about it, right?
Okay.
He hasn't had a conversation like, okay, I'm gonna bring my wife and my girlfriend together and see how this could possibly happen or see how this could possibly work. And then we're also assuming that that's something that he wants. Maybe he enjoys the thrill of having a side piece.
Mm.
Maybe he enjoys the thrill of what the side
And
piece brings, but he doesn't necessarily want that as a
and
lifestyle.
and that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I've seen it to where the side piece was the relief from the marriage. And so if you
The quote unquote excitement.
right. So if you enter into a situation where now the side piece is part of the marriage,
It's
where
just business as
it's
usual.
yeah,
Now you're
it's
a
not
man with two
yeah.
wives whom you have to provide for.
And I've stated many times, one wife is enough. Lord knows I don't want a second one.
Right. Like, and here's the thing. I don't have any judgment on how people choose to structure their relationships or how people choose to live their lives. In my opinion, if there are I would say that there probably are benefits to being in a polygamous type style relationship if it was structured for the benefit of the whole, not for like, and here's the thing, because most people think about it this way, not for the sexual satisfaction of a man,
Right.
right? Because the first thing you think about is like, oh, he gets to have sex with multiple women and all of them are okay with it. But if we are structuring it to a way where having the multiple wives is for the purpose of ensuring like, his legacy, multiple births at one time, him being able to provide for his family, all the women working together in the household. Like if it's structured according to the benefit of a family, I think that it probably could work. Would it be something that's for me? No. It
You wouldn't want to be pregnant.
no.
You wouldn't want to be pregnant at the same time as your sister wife.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I
Mm.
would not want to be pregnant at the same time as my
Give birth
sister
from
wife.
like a week apart.
But like I said, however people choose to structure their relationships, that like that's beyond me. Okay. For me personally, it isn't something that I am particularly fond
But do
of.
you agree that there are some women that would benefit from that setup?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like here's the thing though. I think the part that we're also kind of missing is some women some women not only not like to share, but some women are very much like my man, my man. Like your man, like how women are trophies for
Mm,
men
mhm,
and they represent like status for,
mhm.
you know, men can be the same for women.
Understandable.
You know what I
I
mean?
get
So
that.
it's like, no, like I went out there, I worked hard, I did what I had to do. I found my man.
Okay,
We have what we have and you can just admire from afar. Some women are very much like that.
okay.
So to have to share him and for you to be able to say the same thing, it's like, mm-mm, that's my
But
man.
what about the women that say, "I'd rather be poly than they be constantly cheated on"?
Okay, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you, but where is that coming from? Are you doing that because like you just said, in order for me to be in a relationship and for him not to cheat and for him to still be with me and the only thing I get out of it is him and I just have to let him do what he does and cheat? What does that say about you? Cuz that kind of sounds like a self-esteem issue thing for me. That doesn't sound like
But I think
that doesn't sound like somebody who truly believes in what the structure of a polyamorous relationship could be. That
see
sounds like somebody who's afraid to be alone and thinks and has the mindset that if men are going to cheat anyway,
right.
because that's how it's embedded into our brains.
So
Men are going to cheat anyway, so you might as well at least know about it, and then that way you won't get hurt. That's bullcrap.
and
That's a cop out.
I hate when they say that
That's a cop
because
out.
not all men cheat.
Well, I'm happy you feel that way, but not everybody does feel that way.
All men are capable of cheating.
Every person is in the right circumstances, I am capable of cheating. In the right circumstances, you are capable of cheating. We are all capable of cheating.
Mhm.
But I think as a married woman, it's also my responsibility to ensure that I don't put myself in situations
Right.
where I could potentially go down that road.
And
Just like it's your
right.
responsibility to put yourself in not put yourself in situations where that could be a
And
possibility, because it's a possibility on a daily basis.
don't I always tell you that as a married man, I make sure to never put myself in a situation to where
Right.
the thought
Right.
that's just how I
And then
move.
if you just so happen to find yourself in a situation like that,
I remove myself.
you can remove yourself, or you have to have some type of willpower and discipline to be like, you know what? It's not
Now,
worth what I could potentially be losing.
I will say, I've done a great job of that.
I mean, I believe you,
You don't know
but
if it's true?
that's between you and God. I mean, I believe you. I believe that you've never committed adultery. I mean,
I believe
but
that
I'm not with you every second of every
mm,
day.
you have my location, though.
I do have your location, but I'm also not as tech savvy as you are.
That
So
apparently I just learned today, I learned a couple days on TikTok that you can freeze your location to show that you're in one place.
that's
I
why
was like, "What's the point?"
that's why I just said I'm also not as tech savvy as you are. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure if you can, like, what is it, resend
Yeah,
or for text messages and take them away and act like they never happened.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can manipulate your tracking.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here. So, I think when it comes to a poly relationship, I really do think it depends on like you said. I think it depends on the dynamic of the relationship itself
Mhm,
and who like what each person is actually getting out of the relationship. I can see a instance where some people may tolerate the arrangement because it benefits them even though it doesn't necessarily sit well with them, right? But the benefits outweigh the negative to them, right?
mhm.
I can also see a situations where, like I said before, like people go along with them, just they feel like at least I know what he's doing. We're doing, you know what I'm
Right, but and I
saying?
think for
Or I know what she's doing because they go both ways.
for them it gives them this false sense of control.
Right.
That's what for me, when I hear that, it feels like you think you have some
Right.
type of control, but that's a false sense of
It's
control.
funny because okay, so I was on vacation, so I've been watching TLC as my channel.
He he likes drama.
So TLC is my channel.
He loves drama.
So I was watching like Sister Wives,
Mhm.
and I was
In the beginning years,
right.
or
Oh, I don't know. It was just random.
'cause
It was
the way that dwindled down.
the way, whatever. And I was like, okay, so like it was like the wives had to approve of the new wife, right?
Yeah,
So
it's a
like,
collective.
right. So in that instance, I can see, hey, if that's something that everyone's on board, everyone's cool with this, they understand that we're going to be sharing this individual. We're going to be separate entities, but we're all
Mhm.
going to share one individual. So I was like, in that instance, yeah, I feel like that may work for some people, especially people who have a strong sense of family. And even though our kids aren't direct, or our kids all have the same. They have different mothers, but they all have same fathers, right?
Mhm.
So it's like it is. I am expanding the family, and my child will
Yes,
have. I understand that
right.
concept of it, so I can see why
It makes
people.
sense.
I can see why people would do it in that way, right? Now, for me, it's not something that I want. I s-
You don't
just
wanna go to different houses?
I don't want to go to
Because
different
you're
houses.
with your wife on Wednesday, then your wife on Monday, and then Tuesday,
I
but
don't want to
still
go.
having to rear
I
children
don't
and
want to go to different. I
discipline
don't want to
and
go to different houses. I don't want to have to deal with different personalities. Like, like
the jealousy.
I don't. Right? Because you
Because
took
it doesn't go away. Like, even though they all agree, like,
right,
yes, we like her as a wife,
right,
they're still women.
right.
Like, the jealousy is still there.
And if I'm keeping it 100, I'm having a hard time combating your 10 personalities. That,
You have 0 more times to call me crazy on this
I'm
podcast.
not calling you crazy. You have personalities.
0 more times,
You have
sir.
different
I
personalities.
do not have different
You do.
personalities. I do not
You
have
do.
different personalities.
You do.
Okay, babe.
I can tell how you feel about how you dress. I can understand the version of Carnisha I get by how you walk out the room. I say, okay, this is what we want today. All right. This is what we want today.
What says I'm with the shits when I dress like how?
If you walk out,
Because now we're getting sidetracked. So
you're
now we might as well just go down
no,
because now
that
I'm
this
I'm
was
in it. Yeah.
now you in it with the shit how? Because it depends.
Like, if I'm just like, anybody could get it today, say the wrong
Oh,
thing.
your hair is a mess. That's number one. You have either no bra or sports bra, but either way they hanging. And then instead of putting a shirt on, you throw on a sweater,
My jacket?
or you throw on a crew neck sweater or a jacket. and leggings. Now, if you out here without leggings but your shorts, your gym shorts on, oh, you with the shits. Cause now you mobile.
Now I'm
You
mobile.
all the way mobile. You all the way mobile.
Ah,
But yeah, you understand you have different personalities depending on,
okay.
right? Especially when like, you know,
States of mental, I guess.
right, you have right, different personalities, right?
Different personalities.
Especially on different moods and
Yeah,
different times, right?
yeah.
Now, what's crazy to me, this is completely off topic. What crazy to me is that each version of you
Mhm.
is still a mom.
I don't think that goes away.
So,
I don't think that
so
goes away.
you be with this shit, but you still be trying to be nurturing at the same time. But you be like, I'm gonna fuck this little girl. But you still be with it. But that we're all topic.
Yes.
So technically, in a way, I'm in a relationship because I gotta decipher every morning who I'm dealing
Goodbye.
with.
Goodbye.
Because like when you're short with me, I said, oh yeah, I done made her mad. Either I done made her mad.
No, you always assume that it's about you or something that you did,
It's
and
either
then that further annoys me.
right. So
That further
when you're
irritates
short,
me.
either I've made you mad or something's made you mad. Now I have to decipher it because you ain't gonna talk about it. So I gotta decipher it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're
Yeah.
completely off topic.
Go ahead.
But like for me, from just like what I've seen, because I remember I think it was the last year on TikTok, it was a whole poly trend going around where
Mhm, mm.
from what
Yeah, like, all of a sudden,
yeah,
it's like
everybody
everybody's in
yeah,
a poly
right.
relationship.
From
Everybody.
from what I'm seeing, I do feel like a lot of people tried it out. If you want to believe social media. I don't know how many actually stuck with it, but I do feel like for men, it's like, oh, it's like, okay, I get the benefit of having two women or
Or
three women,
multiple women.
right?
Mhm.
And I do think, like you said, for most men, it's most likely, um, sexual driven,
In today's era,
sexual
yeah, it's
driven, right?
sexually driven.
It's not. I don't think it's a legacy thing because you got people out here that are married that won't take care of their kids,
People don't even know where their
or
name come from
right.
to try to sustain a
So,
legacy, so
but I do, but I have seen numerous of accounts where women were completely comfortable being a side chick, whether the guy was married or not.
yeah.
Excuse me. They were just comfortable just knowing that he comes
Somebody chose them.
he comes around when he has time for me, right? And
And that works for some
eh,
side pieces too, because
right,
that's not their main dish either.
right. And they and that's what I was going to say. A lot of these a lot of these side pieces, they got side pieces for the side
Right,
piece, right? And to
right.
me, when I look at it, it's just a cesspool of what the y'all doing because y'all out here wilding,
Bodies just
they're
smashing
just
together,
stacking up,
just
just stacking up,
just together. We might as
right?
well just go and get one big whirlpool.
Right. But to that point, I'm also very appreciative of them because they remind me daily that I don't want to be single.
Bye, Demille.
'Cause- because what's out here, if what y'all portraying is true, which probably I would say probably 60% of it is true, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I want to. I'd have to meet you in a biohazard suit.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I think especially now in today's climate, everything is the way that the air is out there now. It's okay to
Mhm.
try anything. It's okay to be anything.
But it's
It's
not.
a That's but
It's not.
that's the climate in which everyone is
It's not.
creating. We're trying to create a space that if you want to try this, you're not going to be shamed for it. You're not going to be demonized for it. You can try it. Sexual fluidity like is a thing. Whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be, whatever you want to try, however you want to structure your relationships, whomever you want to have sex with. I mean, it's like
But it's just
body
like
freedom.
it's just baffling to me because I'm like, at what point did we lose responsibility
What do you mean?
and accountability?
What do you mean?
Like
You can be responsible and accountable in a poly relationship, no?
I'm talking about like in general,
Like, as human beings.
right, like
Oh, that ship sailed a long
like
time
I
ago.
feel like we've lost accountability. People don't want to take accountability for their actions and their decisions. We
Okay.
lost respectability. People are out here doing things that are highly disrespectful to themselves.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then like it's like the whole body count argument, right? Like how
Mhm.
women get mad. Well, so what? Why does my body count matter? You're the one with now. It matters to me I want to make sure that who I'm dealing with is pure. I want to make sure that I'm not going to walk by and see all your
Yeah, but
go.
that's not a thing now.
Exactly. And that's why I say I can't be single.
That's
I'm
not a
not trying
thing.
to walk by and see all your ghosts of Christmas past.
That's not a thing either. That's
You
not
know
a
what I'm
thing
saying?
either.
I'm not that. I'm like,
Okay, but okay, I agree. I do agree with you to some extent about that. But I also will say that we are all human and we all have pasts. And especially as you get up in age, if
and I
you're
know,
not in a
and
committed
I know
relationship,
your past. I'm gonna
if
stick with it.
we're not, already in a somewhat committed relationship or in marriage, like you have to understand that people also have past, right? So, yes, I can understand it from the male's perspective
Hmm.
about how purity is important, but
Hmm.
you ain't gonna if you haven't settled down by your like 30s or even late 20s, where are you gonna find somebody? Chances of you finding
No,
somebody
I
who
understand.
doesn't have who is a virgin
No,
or somebody
no,
who doesn't have slept with at least 4 people, it's gonna be pretty slim.
I understand that circumstances change, giving on different variables, right?
Mhm.
But I'm also, well, I guess I'm a product. I'm just a product of how I was raised, right? Like I
Mhm.
said, I was raised by my grandparents who had been together since they were 16 and 17,
Yeah.
married until death, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I emulated in my life. I've been with you since I was 16.
That's how you were psychologically conditioned.
Right. That's how. So that's just how I view the world of being. So like to see people out here, late 20s, early 30s, and you got like you've slept with 20, 30 people. It's to me, it's
It's
wild.
hard for you to wrap your
It's
mind
it's
around that.
wild because it's like I feel like
30 people is a lot
it's a
though,
lot,
if you
right?
say
And I feel
before
like
30.
in some instances like you don't value your body the way you should. Like everyone that you meet doesn't deserve a piece of you,
That I agree with, but,
right?
there's also a whole bunch of, like, other things that could be
Right. And I
hypotheticals that could
also
be thrown in
and I
there.
also say as a man, you need to I also say as men, you need to be more selective of who you sleep with because you are dealing with your legacy. And don't throw your life away based off of something that looks good in the moment. Like wait for the club lights to come on. Wait
Mm,
for the
this guy
liquor to
said wait for
subside.
the club
Well,
lights.
because when the club lights come on,
Things look different.
you see the truth.
Well, you gotta wait for the club lights to come on and be a little bit sober.
Right. But I'm saying is like we should not as I personally feel like as men we should not be out here just throwing our seat around,
Yeah,
just sticking your thinking in everything, right?
agreed.
You should have value in where you place yourself. Like you
Mhm,
should have a standard because it's not hard. It's not hard as a man to find someone to sleep with you.
mhm.
Like now, it's not as easy as a woman, but it's not hard as a man. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could go out there today and find somebody willing to sleep with me. Right?
Could
I could.
you? No, I'm joking.
I could.
You could.
I know I could.
Yeah.
But it's like at that same token, I mean, I just to pick up and drop off. You said I'm always looking at me.
Good Tim. He swears.
Got me out to look like a single father. You better watch yourself. They plotting on you.
They ain't plotting on me. They ain't plotting on me because they ain't gonna get nothing.
But what I'm saying is, you need to, because to me, I view sex as a human connection, right?
Right.
And
Not
I'm
everybody does.
not. I understand that not everyone does. So that's why I'm talking about for me personally, right? I cannot see myself just connecting to anybody just for the second of pleasure that I can get by myself using myself.
Mhm.
I'm not going to just throw out, um, because I feel like I'm not going to just throw out part of myself just to achieve a bliss that's going to be fading.
Yeah.
Because now you're chasing a high that will never be satisfied if that's the way you look at it. Like I look at it as it's the connection, it's what you build afterwards, it's the foundation
Mhm.
of your legacy. Like I only want to penetrate where my legacy will be born
Right. I get that. Now, for some reason,
for me.
as you're saying this,
What?
what pops into my head is a previous conversation that we've had. And this might be getting a little tunneled off, but I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
Remember when we talked about access and when we talked about a man's status,
Yes.
right?
What about it?
So hearing you say all
You're
this,
gonna say because I don't have access to women?
no, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, do you think somebody in your current position, like with the current status that you have as a man, the current income that you have as a man, right?
Mhm.
Now, if you were to gain more access, more status, leveled up significantly in income, where obviously it opens you up to more, because let's just be real.
Mhm.
Your status and your income as a man can also determine the
Yes.
type of women that you have access
And they
to.
get more aggressive.
Right. And so when things become more readily available to you, do
It's
you
not gonna change how I am.
okay, well, maybe not for you, but do you
But
think
I
that it's
but
safe to say
oh,
that that
no,
could potentially change?
I can see
Can you
how
see how that would change?
that can change because that's a temptation. And
Right.
then right? And so then that goes back to knowing oneself, being at peace with oneself.
You mean like having your own standards and
Right.
having your own
Right.
morals?
Right.
Okay.
Because I can get it. I mean, most of, my quote unquote favorite celebrities have spoken about that. Yeah, one, you don't understand. That's
Until
why
you're in it.
until you're in it.
Right.
And that's why I rock with Toby. Toby's like, my wife with me everywhere, so I ain't got a chance. Cause she right here.
I'm gonna keep it right
My
here.
family and when I go, you know who in my hotel room?
My wife and
My
children.
wife. So guess what we're going back to? My wife and children. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, again, like I said, I always would I always just put myself in situations where it's not even it's not even a possibility.
Yeah.
Like even if you believe it's a possibility, once you broach that subject, it's
Mhm.
immediately shut down.
Yeah.
Because I'm also, the type of man that I understand what I have at home. I
Mhm.
understand that what I don't want to lose, and that I'm not going to allow 20, 30 minutes to affect
Nigga,
my
you giving
entire
her
life.
30 minutes. You giving her 30 minutes.
Really? That's what we doing? That's what we doing? Now you want to crack jokes?
It's because I love you and you left it open, and that's what we do.
You were missed 35 seconds over here. It don't take me long to get there.
Goodbye.
You don't want to talk about that.
I'm not talking about anything. I'm just saying I made it funny. But no, that's what I want to say, because I know like access and status plays a difference.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like the polygamy, taking it back to the topic that
Mhm.
you had brought up, do you think it is more feasible or more likely to have that discussion once married?
I mean, I feel like that's
Because
something
like think about your life.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
about think about our
I feel
dynamic.
like that's something would have to be discussed before we're married.
Okay, but
Cuz
what
I
I'm saying is like if you okay, before marriage, you would probably be like,
uh,
no, like absolutely not. But then you get into a marriage, you get into the day to day, there's kids involved, there's responsibilities involved, there's taking care of a home, there's taking care of the kids, there's taking care of like everything, right?
mhm.
And so then you start feeling like, man, I could use some help. What if, like, would it be safe to say that that wouldn't be something more like too taboo, like once you're actually in life and seeing how life works and the benefits of a polygamy
No,
relationship?
because I think at that point it'd probably be harder to assimilate someone into the family if you're already going and you're already at full speed, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like now she's coming in trying to fit in to a dynamic that's already been established,
Yeah.
And like at that point it sounds like I'm just looking for somebody to help out around here, or I'm looking for someone else to help you out around here, right? So
Mhm.
I just get a housekeeper
Or a nanny.
or like, they say that money can't fix all problems, but it solves a lot of them. It solves a lot of them.
Like what?
Nanny, housekeeper,
Like a nanny.
gardener, chef,
Keep going.
you know,
Keep going.
any service that you can out service, money will solve that problem. You know what I mean?
I can't with you.
But I think, I just think it's something to be said. Like going back, like it had. I think for me, like everyone, you do what you do. I'm not gonna judge you.
Right.
What I state, everything I've stated previously, this is how it's just my take, my feelings
Mhm.
on it.
Mhm.
But it's like I just always say, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and not selfish reasons. Because I always feel like when you set out on these endeavors for selfish reasons, they tend to. always
Backfire?
always backfire.
Yeah.
So, because you have to like I said, because I do think like it's a lot of instances where the woman may go along with it just to keep the man,
Yeah.
and she ends up being scorned or hurt in the process.
Yeah.
And the man's response will be, well, you said okay. Well, and this gonna be, well, I only said okay because I thought, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then it leads to something else. So
Right.
it's like I always say, be very, very mindful of your reasonings behind your actions.
Right. I mean, and then just to go back to the clip, I don't I don't 100% disagree with what he's saying, but I do disagree. I do disagree, but just I'm just saying, like, I always leave a little bit of room because I can understand the perspective.
Mhm.
But I do disagree when he says that the only reason the side chick um doesn't want to basically label it like polygamy is because she doesn't want to take accountability, or black women don't want to take accountability. I don't think that's the issue at all, because I think when there is a woman who's dating a married man,
Mhm.
she wants one or two things. She either wants him because she wants the life that she either sees him providing to the wife,
Mhm.
or she's using him for her benefit, right? Whether it to be fund a lifestyle, or like, fund like the outings that she wants to go on. Like, what other reason
Yeah.
would she, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she's falling in love with him, obviously she wants to be with him, therefore she wants to replace the wife, or she's trying to maintain a certain lifestyle that she has that she can't afford her on her own. And so she has, she's dating a married man who's gonna keep her happy because she keeps him happy.
I understand it because it's like the same thing as a man dating a married woman. It's the same thing. You're doing it because she has limited amount of time. She's not gonna be nagging you every day because she has a whole 'nother set of
Right.
responsibilities
And
that
then when you
and
guys come
she has a
together,
whole facade over there
mhm,
that she has
mhm,
to keep up. So when you guys do come together, you get the best version of her
right.
because this is her escape from reality,
Agreed.
which you still file,
Agreed. Agreed.
and you wanna be a whore so bad.
I probably was one in my past life. I probably was. I probably was a madam, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
batting with a bunch of clients.
Um,
Well,
that means I was rolling in the dough.
you was rolling in something.
Whatever. All right, it's that time again.
What
It
time is that?
is our 2 cents.
We've been talking this whole
Okay.
time.
So I have I
That
think
look long.
I want to hear your
Pause.
thoughts on this one. Okay, ready? So, am I the asshole for not giving my ex-husband back, quote unquote, his money? My ex-husband cheated on me 5 years ago, and I found out when he texted me instead of her. That ended our marriage, but the divorce was amicable. I told him that I couldn't forgive him, and he said he was sorry, and then we both moved on. By that time, he had worked a small fortune, a company, the commercial properties, and lake house. I got half of everything, and I'm a silent partner at his company, getting returns twice a year. As an apology, he has also given me our apartment and our lake house. It goes without saying that I don't need to work, but I still do because I love my career. He moved on with his affair girlfriend. I don't know much about them, since it still pains me to talk about it, and all I know is that they're still together. She contacted me on LinkedIn telling me that since the divorce has cost him so much money, he has told her he never wanted to get married again, not move in together with her. She blames me because I took everything. She is now pregnant, but according to her, my ex said that this does not change his attitude towards moving in with her or marrying her. So now she's accusing me of being a thief who is basically stealing her baby's chances of having a good family. I didn't need the money because I have a good job and everything was my ex husband's. I took advantage of him because he felt guilty. I haven't spoken to my ex in 5 years. I haven't even had the strength to answer him back every New Year's when he texts me Happy New Year, because that's when we met. I don't know what to do. Is she right, or should I ignore her?
She need to shut her ass up.
So wait a minute. So again,
She
you met him. So you hear what I said?
yeah,
That's why I said it's one of two things. It's
yeah,
not about accountability. It's one of two things. You want to replace the wife because you see
yeah,
what type of life he has provided for her,
yes,
or you're using him for your benefit to
right.
maintain a lifestyle that you can't afford. So now you were the mistress. He done gassed you up. You thought you held some cards because you were the one that got his attention to
Yes.
step out of his marriage.
Mhm.
The wife ended it, got everything that she thought was owed to her and more because he voluntarily
Yeah.
gave her things because he knew he messed up. And now you think like, okay, now I got him. I got his baby, and now I'm finna live the life that the wife did. And he's telling you,
Nah.
I will never do that again.
Right.
I will never do.
Right.
I'm never getting married, and we're not moving in together.
You know what I hear when you read that? You know what I was hearing?
What?
Is that he loved the hell out of old girl.
Oh, he loved his wife. He messed
loved her.
up.
He understand that he messed up.
He understood he messed up.
And I would put my money. I'd go put in my 401k and my pension. I'd put all that online to say that if she called him tomorrow and
he would be right there.
he would be right there.
He'd be right there.
And marry her again.
And marry her again. Give her a penthouse.
Right.
Give her whatever she wants.
And this goes back to what I was saying before. How I always tell people, my wife was with me when I had nothing.
Yeah.
She deserves everything. If I was to go out there and mess up, and I know I messed up, and I'm the kind of person that when I fuck up, I tell it myself because my conscience just won't let me.
You can't even hold a secret. My husband can't hold water, y'all.
My conscience will not let me. My conscience will not let me walk around with this. I have to clear my conscience.
Yeah, it would literally kill you.
It would kill me from the inside. So I would tell you, and I would probably be in his boat. I would feel so fucked up of what I did.
Just take it all, babe.
I would give you everything. I wouldn't even fight you.
Just take it.
The only thing I would fight you on is visitation.
I wouldn't do that to you.
That's the
I wouldn't, because that has
thing.
nothing to do with us. You're still her father, so like that.
So,
I wouldn't do that to you.
So, and I'm thinking that this man is similar to my thinking in this, and it's like, yeah, I was fortunate enough to have all this, and I gave her half of my fortune, and I'm still living a pretty good life.
He still lives a good life.
And guess what happened? You're still in the situation you are. You're still
going to be the side piece.
You're just
now
a
you're just a pregnant side piece.
You're just a girlfriend.
You still now you're a pregnant side piece girlfriend who's not going to get the penthouse apartment because we're not moving in together. Nor am I going to pay for it. No. He seems like he might be like, okay, like I will pay for you and the baby to be somewhere because that's still my baby.
Yeah.
You know, but he said, I'm not doing that
But
again.
as far as me ever getting in a situation where now I have 25% of my
Absolutely
shit
not.
instead of 50 of it,
absolutely not.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay. Hey,
he said, "Nah, boo.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay this 25. Pay this child support for 18 years."
No, and then the fact of you being the ex-wife talking about like, should you feel bad? Is she right?
No,
boo. You knew it. I'd be like, girlfriend. Every time she would call me, I'd be like, listen, Stacey, don't call me. Listen, me and the kids are going to our lake house this weekend.
Disrespectful. That's 100%.
I'd be like, listen, Stacey, me and the kids is gonna hang out by our lake house that's paid for by your baby daddy, and you know that's it. Cause
the next time she calls, you say, Barbara, this is Shirley.
Shut up, stupid. Barbara, this is Shirley.
Because you call that man.
Like the nerve, but that's the thing. Like I was trying to say earlier about some women, and you know, for lack of better verbiage, the trophy of like the man, like having the man as like the trophy, like, oh, that's my man, that's my man. You don't want to put in the time, energy, and effort to go find somebody of your own. Build something with them so that you could benefit from your relationship. You want
turnkey.
Right. The way you see somebody else benefiting from their relationship. And the thing about it is what really cracks me up is how people be on the outside looking in and they be like, oh yeah, like I want what she got. And I know he's the one that's providing it. You don't even know the ins and outs. And then you go and you get yourself attached to this married man only to be disappointed. Like, and then you want somebody to feel sorry for you because you pregnant? No, baby. No one's going to feel sorry for you.
You just remind me of when old girl had complimented you on the marriage and you was like, he ain't what y'all think he is. I was like, why you got to hurt my feelings?
No, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but it's because I understand how people can perceive other relationships. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, they probably do have a strong relationship. Well, they probably are in love. But you can't make it like just because you're seeing the glimpse of them being happy right now on public, you have in your mind that whole assumption that that's how that relationship
according
is.
to the waitresses, they were always we're lovey-dovey.
Right. That's what literally we went to breakfast this morning and the waitress, she comes over and she was like, you guys have the most, what did she say? The most perfect relationship,
Yeah.
or like, she's like, you guys always come in here. You look so in love. And I was like, thank you, but it's not like that all the time.
And I was like, we argue all the time.
And then she was like, yeah, but in public, you look good. He did. He was like, we argue all the time. She was like, well, in public, you look good. She was like, I just love seeing you guys come in here. And I was like, well, thank you.
Right.
And, and that's not to say that we don't have a bad marriage. Like, from my perspective, we don't have a bad marriage, but I also know that we're not
That report
perfect.
card would say something
You know what?
else.
You know what? But I also know that, we're also not perfect. So even when I get that from like people I know, like, oh my gosh, you and Reese are like, you guys do this, you be like, girl, that don't come without some work.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure he put up with a lot, because I darn sure put up with a lot too. And not in a bad way. And I don't want to like make it sound like it's a bad way. I'm just saying,
here we go.
to cohabitate with a person and build a life with a person is not the
To
most
cohabitate with a person with 10 personalities is
it's
a
not
struggle.
easy, y'all. It's not easy. If I have 10 personalities,
Because she's kind of right. She might be Jackie in 10 minutes.
it's-
I never know.
it's not easy. And I respect you.
I like Jackie though.
I respect you.
Jackie be busting it open.
But anywho, yeah, so yeah, she filed for that, talking about she really called the ex-wife to try to make her feel guilty.
You don't owe her a damn thing.
I'll be like,
And here's
girl, if
the
you
thing.
don't get off the other end of my phone.
And here's the thing that has nothing to do with you, right? As a man, a lot of times we go through things one time, and that one time is enough for us to know that we never
just shouldn't do that again.
Because have I not said to you, I'm never getting married again? If something happens here,
this is it. Look, I experienced it.
it was great.
I
a good
can
run.
give some good advice.
Right, I had a good run,
and that was it.
I could tell you where I messed up, where it went wrong, what I would have did
I
differently.
I messed up by showing up on the wedding day.
Right. But
I messed up when I bought the ring.
But I wouldn't say all that. But this is something where I would not, because again, and it's for me personally, I know this is not about the reaction anymore. This for me personally, like I always say, I don't believe I could trust another woman with the level of trust I have for you. And that alone will discount you from ever getting close enough to me. No matter how good you can make me feel, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Because what matters to me is how you deal with matters of the heart.
Yeah.
I'm not, surface level shit don't impress me.
Right.
So, and that's why for me, that's why it's so easy for me to stay faithful, because surface level shit don't impress me. Because I understand that you may
you still got a lot of life to live, Gil.
I understand that you may try to impress me on the surface to get me, but that don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, well, that was a good one. Like the end towards it, like when she was like, Jay called her, that kind of
Barbara, this is Shirley.
Kind of ruffled my feathers.
Woman to woman.
I wish you would. But if you don't get us off the other end of my line, you robbing my baby of having a good life. Nah, baby, you done robbed your baby of having a good life.
Hold on, not her getting half the business, still being silent partner and getting 2 checks a year.
Like she said, I don't have to work. I just do it because I like my career.
Oh my! Once I get there, you think I'm a minute now at work? Let me not have to be there.
Y'all do realize I don't have to be.
Y'all don't know how I want to walk into work and look at one person in particular and say, "You go mouth man."
Bye. This has been another episode of Life After I Do podcast. If you're not doing so already, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms.
You got 11 months on TikTok.
Please stop saying that. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Life After I Do podcast. Also, don't forget, if there's any topics, advice you guys want to hear from us, you can always write into us at lifeafteridopodcast@gmail.com. We have new episodes loading every Wednesday. So until then, guys.
Peace, Booskaronis.
Peace, Booskaronis.
Woman, oh woman.
Goodbye.